guys, and welcome back to our next episode of White Tigers Rising. We are here in the middle of March, after the Barnet game, as promised, and things are starting to click a little bit here. As you can see from the league table, we sit 11th on 49 points, so we're 15 points clear of the drop here with 10 games to play. So I'm feeling like I think we're going to make it this year, without a spectacular collapse. I think we're going to make it. Do I think we're going to creep any higher? Not particularly. We have some favorable games that we'll look at the end of the episode, but I think we're playing out of our minds and well above our heads. I think if we settle into this sort of mid-table spot, this would be a beyond amazing season. I think anything avoiding relegation this year is fantastic, and we'll kind of crawl from there. As you can see, our scoring has picked up. We're up to 15th in the league in scoring, but we are the best defense in League Two. So I think that's something that we can proudly hang our hat on this year as we move forward. As you'll see, Kelsey Mooney did get hurt during this cycle, and we'll talk a little bit more as we get into the episode. So without I'll do this first. Just on squad pieces here, so goals, Freddie Tracy's got 13 and 21. He's had a decent month. He's coming on a little bit for us, but we are getting goals from other places, so I think it's doing well to keep the team balanced, but we need to kind of improve some of that a little bit. Assist-wise, Mooney and Pereira are really starting to click pretty well. I'd like a little bit more production out of each of them, but 15 assists from the two isn't bad. Wes McDonald has been our player of the match most often. He's been a highly creative force for us. And then in terms of the last 5 games, Pereira's had the best at a 7.64 in there. So without much further ado, let's jump into the highlights. Okay, guys, first highlight that we're looking at is the game at home against Wrexham. This was a game that we did not expect to win, and Wrexham proved the point and beat us 3-0 at home. Something that I've noticed, and this game sort of pointed out, and I have to do some thinking about it because I'm not really sure exactly what to do just yet with it, but we're getting hit on the counter. And these games where we have a lot of possession, we're trying to work the ball in, we're trying to work on getting an opening, and then we get slammed and countered on, and then they score. In this case, it happened to us a bunch of times, so it's something that we really need to do. Control doesn't seem to really do it. I understand that's the mechanism by which we're supposed to use to patiently avoid the counterattack. But it didn't really do much for us, and it really didn't work. So Smith with a brace here opened up the scoring just before fourth minute. As you can see, they're starting to come out of the back, and Asagi just pulls a Memphis Depay right there, and Smith's in the right place at the right time, and bangs that into the back of the net. But you can see we were in retreat. Okay, that was a stupid back pass, but we were moving, and they did counter and had guys in the right position. Again here, we fail to clear the lines, but they have guys in good positions, and that's just a really good shot from the top of the box. But we fail to clear. We have good possession, but we're just not getting it out of the way. We give it over, and they're able to return it back to a really promising attacking position very rapidly. Set piece again, does us in. I think we've conceded the most set piece goals in League Two. I think that was the 8th this season that we've conceded, so nothing exactly that we ought to be proud of on that one. So that closes out this one. We've got some things to think about and work on, and I'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, guys, so this was the Rochdale game. Again, we were at home, so this was back-to-back home games, which is always kind of favorable for us. We do like to play at home. I think we've started to settle that out. This was a much more fair and balanced game. They had better possession. We were definitely a lot more on target. We were a lot sharper and a lot fiercer. We beat the pieces out of them. We were fouling again a little excessively on it, but I was really impressed with how we managed to play. Kelsey Mooney, unfortunately, this is the game he got hurt in. He had a goal and an assist, but unfortunately we've lost him for a little while. He should be due back in another week or so, so we probably only have one more game without him. But overall, I was really pleased with how the squad played in this one. Pike opened up the scoring, and we went behind quickly, but Freddie Tracy equalized, and then Kelsey Mooney put us ahead. So we'll take a look at the first Rochdale. This came out of the gate pretty quickly here. Not what we wanted. Just a nice little cross. Pike's right at the near post, ahead of his man, and is able to sneak it in the near post, which is unfortunate for us. But Freddie Tracy back in this one. So again, we did a really good job of keeping pressure on, as you can see. And Mooney just gets a really nice cross in. Tracy's able to get up and get his head on it and go. But that's a hallmark of what the team's been starting to do, especially as we play the 4-4-2 more often. We're really able to control possession in the opposition third and really just continuously apply pressure. Mooney here with the game winner. So Pereira finds Tracy out wide. He comes down, looks across, finds Mooney making a run, puts the ball into that weird dead zone between the defense and the keeper, and Mooney's right there to just bang that in for his 8th goal of the season. So overall, a good performance, and this marked the first 3 points of what was going to be our attempt at I think we talked the last episode, 7 or 8 points was really going to be considered a really good month. So this put us 3 towards that goal. So I'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, guys, so Rochdale is a team in the promotion playoffs when we played them. So this was a game I had expected to not get anything out of at all in this one. And we ended up walking away with a point. And I would actually say a pretty good point. And I'm a little disappointed that we didn't hang on to win. But the fixtures were coming in about every 3 days here. So the squad was a little exhausted. And I think they were able to capitalize on that. Unfortunately, we tried to sub as best we could, but we took a bit of a beating. In this one. The game was very balanced. We had much better of the possession. We had more shots on target. We're again not converting it the way I'd like to convert. But I think overall we didn't play badly in this affair, but I would have liked a little bit more out of the whole thing. So Samson Asagi got us started off in the 7th minute here. This was set pieces starting to work out more in our favor. Pereira rifles it in. Slocum's unable to get his hands on it, and Asagi's right there to take advantage of the rebound. So the youngster gets his first goal of the season on that one. They then nagged us back here in the 14th minute. Again, we're just not able to clear, and unfortunately they spit it out wide and do the same trick we pull on other people, put that ball into a weird spot and bang it in. I would have thought, given where it was, and that the keeper would have made an attempt at it, but he didn't, so yeah, on that one. Freddie Tracy coming through on this one, so a nice ball, kind of blop it over the top. Vertonen's able to get it. He's just ahead of the line when it passes, when the pass comes in, and he's able to just put that one away. I'm pleased that we're generating and finishing those opportunities, which is nice. Unfortunately, Watmore managed to put one in again, so we were unable to clear. And they just put a ball right in. It puts it into that weird zone, and the keeper doesn't react to it, unfortunately, and they end up tying it up on that one. So 2-2, so we've got a point. So we're at 4 points out of our target, 7 to 8 points for the month here. So far a good month, and we're on track for where we want to be. So stay tuned. See you in the next highlight. Okay, guys. So Gillingham was a game we had earmarked that we should be able to pluck points off of. I thought a win was possible, but I fully expected we should at least pull a point out of it. A 3-0 sort of battering them at home here wasn't exactly what I thought was going to come, and I was really pleased with what happened. The game was pretty balanced. It was pretty even and pretty end-to-end. We were able to take advantage of it, and we got a lot of diverse production in this one, which also made me really happy. It took a while before we got things sort of off and running, but Adam McGurk here in the 62nd minute managed his goal moving here So again, we had Awasi. We were on a really rotated squad. Um, he puts a shot in, puts it in a really weird spot. Keeper can't quite get his hands on it. It pops back out, and McGurk's right there to take advantage of that one. Awasi's back in action here in the 77th minute on a set piece. Gets the ball off of it, dips around his man, and puts a nice shot into the top corner on that one. I'd have to say I was pretty pleased with that goal, and it was a pretty nice goal in there. Russell Brown capped the whole thing off a few minutes later in the 81st minute. Again, another nice set piece. It just gets put into a weird spot. He gets his foot on it, manages to direct it towards goal. Keeper's frozen, and there's not much he can do about it. So overall, a really superb effort over, in a very evenly matched game against a team right around us in the table. So a team I would consider a decent rival or a decent, sort of competitive benchmark. So I was really pleased with this result. So this put us on 7 points, and I would have considered at this point the month a success. So I'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, guys, not much to show in the Barrow highlight here, as this was a 0-0 draw. Disappointed we didn't win this one. So Barrow is was 8th or 9th in the table at the time we played this. So again, this would have been a real stretch. I wasn't expecting to pull points off of it. So at the end of the day, I'm a little, I'm okay that we pulled a point off and turned this into an 8-point month so far. But I'm a little disappointed. I mean, we were shooting a lot more. We had shots on target. We dominated possession. We pretty much dominated the game across the board and just really couldn't do anything with it. So, at the end of the day, really unhappy that we didn't come out of this with a win. I think we played well enough to win. We just couldn't get our act together to do it. So 0-0, 8 points on the month, going into the last game against our bogey team Barnet, and I'll see you guys in the feature highlight. Okay, guys, so this is the feature game of the month, and we ended up beating Barnet, our bogey team, who put us out of the Johnson's Paint Trophy, beat us while they were way at the bottom of the league when we needed to pick up points, and we were sort of in that same relegation scrap. We beat them 1-0 and turned this into an 11-point month. So this month has been an insane success for us, and I'm really happy with how things have gone overall. We've had some fluxing play up and down kind of across the board, but the squad's really starting to come together and starting to gel. I think next year should be a pretty safe mid-table season, and I think we can start looking at some of the cup competitions as a place to run a little deeper to try and make a little more money. I think my goal for next season is really a third round FA Cup fixture to try and get against a Premier League squad to see if we can really generate some real cash for the club. But that aside, we'll jump into the highlights. But overall, I was really pleased. We didn't convert as best as I wanted to in this game. We won 1-0, but I really thought we probably deserved to win by more in this one. So here we are underway. We're going with a 4-4-2 in this one, which has been very, very successful this month. The team seems to be playing really well in it. Wes McDonald getting the ball out there. Pereira just puts the cross in a little too deep, and we're not able to do anything with it. Vertonen kind of holding things up, and we're starting to move. I like that we get the ball out to the wings, but we got some nice triangles there. Phipp has been playing really well in a multitude of different positions. That was a crappy pass and put us under some pressure. Asagi decided not to pull a Memphis Depay there and just cleanly take care of the back pass, so he's cured that little mistake. But again, here we're not able to cross the lines, and a dangerous attempt there and a really good chance for them goes saved by Allison, who's on the ball in this particular game. So we get the set piece kind of cleared, but again, we're not able to get it recycled past their guy, and it keeps us under sustained pressure. We're able to get the ball back, and okay, so now we're under. We're on the counter, and Tracy just can't keep the shot down. But at least we get the corner out of the whole experience. They tip it over the bar. Pereira puts a decent little shot in there, but again, not really solid enough to do it, to really threaten the keeper or do anything. So he put it in. He puts it in a dangerous spot, but Allison's not really bothered as Hammond's offside there. Pereira again. Puts another shot in. He was looking a little antsy, and I really thought he was due a goal, at least one goal this game. which ended up coming to fruition. But he looked really good early. We had a lot of opportunities. We were generating a lot of pressure. I thought, okay, this is kind of how when we want to win and we want to win big, this is how the team looks. Okay, so we won. We didn't win big. Scary moment here. The ball gets out wide, but Brown's in a good place marking his man. Calvert-Lewis there got lost in the mix and put a good shot on, but again, weak that so weak that it didn't really bother Allison. A real end-to-end kind of affair, and there's the beautiful goal from Pereira. He gets in, little back and forth off the set piece, kind of goes lost in the mix there and manages to slot it right next to, right into the corner. So then it went, again, still some decent action and some back and forth, a lot of midfield battles, but, obviously the scoring action's over. Vertonghen getting in there nice. A little indecision from him on that puts him in an awkward place where he can't get the cross in. But thankfully the guys are there. Again, he just, can't get the cross in. So I think a deep lying forward, his contract's up at the end of this season. Unfortunately, I think a better, higher caliber deep lying forward is somebody that we're really going to need to look at, especially since I'm seeing the 4-4-2 formation really start playing out better. Again, really aggressive defense here, at the box for us, but unfortunately, we're really struggling a little bit in guys in the right places getting the lines cleared. So I think we have to release a few players at the end of this year, and I think potentially a much better deep lying forward and a strong sort of box to box type midfielder is something we're going to really need to take a look at to strengthen what's going on. It's hard to convince myself to, even though I've been down on them all season, to replace the number one defense in League Two in this one, no matter how much I want to. Again, they're getting it out wide, which always makes me a little concerned. And okay, so they come up with the run there, but nobody can pick that pass out, which is good because I think that would have put us into a really awkward spot. So we're in the second half here. Again, back and forth. Both teams, sort of making mistakes there like that, but unable to really capitalize any further. And the set piece is really what separates the squads. Again, we're holding it in. It's these ping pong midfield battles that. We need to kind of get some strength in the midfield to be able to take, to be able to conquer. Poor first touch by the fullback gets him into an awkward spot, and we're able to bring some reinforcements in to provide coverage. Calvert again getting a shot in from across, but he really can't do anything with it. He had a really lousy day. A better striker, I think, would have put us to the sword. Tracy in a good position. Keeper makes a really outstanding save there. So it's unfortunate that one didn't go in. I think that was probably our second best opportunity. Dynamite save from Allison there on the set piece. They really deserve to score. So all things considered, I think a 2-1 at this point wouldn't have been a bad result. Phipp getting in well here down the sides. He's played really well. Gets a cross in, just can't get it through to his man. But we're able to kind of keep him under pressure again in this ping pong element here, and we lose the midfield battle. I was, looking at the formation. We were really trying to push wide, and you can see we were playing a lot wider, trying to get down the flanks. Given the imbalance, Vertonghen looking a little offsides there, but didn't get called. Just to take advantage of the overload over there. But I think we really weren't able to leverage it as effectively as I would have liked. Here we're getting down towards the end of the match, ping-ponging kind of back and forth. Again, a decent breakout. Okay, hold up. We find we're messing around between limited fullbacks and fullbacks, so we're getting some runs out of it. I haven't quite figured out exactly the way we want to make that happen. Grayson playing pretty well for us as sort of a deep line playmaker, moving him to an advanced role when we bring another midfielder on to take over that sort of ball winning mentality to try and close things down. But like I said, I think I really want to look for a much stronger, more box-to-box type midfielder to balance out Wes and Joe Grayson. Weak shot, nothing too threatening there to us from Barnett. And now we're just in kill mode. We're just trying to slow things down. Kind of play a little more calm and not get kind of caught out on the break. So we've slowed our passing down. We're trying to go much slower and kind of keep things under control. Crappy passes like that certainly don't help that situation, but at least we were able to sort of, Baldwin was in the right place at the right time and get it controlled. And we're back down the wing trying to be a little more creative Tracy gets in there. He just can't turn around fast enough, and what would have been a decent opportunity to kill the game kind of goes unheralded there. A little pressure from them at the end generates a little excitement, but we're able to manage it and clear it. Some sloppy work from the strikers there. Thankfully, we keep hold of it, and we're able to kind of put a decent counterattack in there, but generally sloppy build-up play from the strikers there. So nothing I'd like to say we were spectacularly proud of. As we're just recycling the corner here, just trying to keep things under wraps and under control for the end of the fixture here on this one. So not much here. I think match is just about over. Offside from Tracy. He does drift offside a little bit. I can't tell concentration what, but he's been a little drifty. But that was it for the feature game. So I'll see you guys in the outro. Okay, guys. So I think we're 15 points clear of the drop. We're kind of sitting mid-table. I think that's not a bad place for us to be. Looking at the run-in here, so for the next episode, we're going to play Northampton, who are sitting 5th in the league away, so that's one I'm not expecting to really pick much out of. Accrington Stanley at home is a game we should win. Bristol Rovers is a game I think we should test ourselves against. I think a point is not an unreasonable thing to look at. A win if we're really playing well, but I think we could pull a point out of that. Exeter is a game we should be winning, and Morecambe, which will be our highlight game, next one is a game we should be winning. So I think really 9 points is a good month. 10 points is not an unreasonable month to expect, so we'll have to see how this one goes. But otherwise, guys, remember, if you like what's going on in the episode, please hit that like button. If you really like what's going on the channel, smash the subscribe button. Take a look. I got links to this series, so if you need to do any catching up on the White Tigers Rising, the link's right up there. And if you're looking for some other good lower league climbing the table type series, check out Paul's Creating a Legacy with FC United of Manchester. You get a little different perspective and a little different way to approach the game and manage, but still a lower league a lower league to the top type save. So check out both our series, guys. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you like, and if there's anything other things you'd like to see, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.